Good evening, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. It's Jordie James here, psychic medium, and thank you so much for joining me for the next 15 minutes. It was really interesting. I was wondering what I was going to talk about today, but I want to talk about the spiritual growth that we can or we have. Now, as a teacher, watching my students grow, watching my students it's like I want to go, they're not really students. You're more of reprogramming what has been unprogrammed. Now, it's sort of like I want to go in working with faith and belief. We work in a space of having faith that we know that everything's going to be okay, or we have faith that everything's going to work out okay. Belief is having a belief that, no, it is. So having these two separate things, sometimes, yes, it can be based as one, but realistically, it's all together. Now, having belief in ourselves that we can connect with our loved ones and use our intuition sometimes can be a little bit daunting because we sometimes trust it and then sometimes we think we trust it. And we know that it may happen, but then all of a sudden our ego kicks in or our head kicks in and we overthink it. So trusting our first thought, trusting our first gut intuition or gut feeling, it's more important to trust that than to go, yeah, maybe not. So for me as a teacher, watching my students grow in confidence, knowing that everyone has got this gift. It's just learning or relearning how to trust it. That's the important key. Now, the more that we are aware of ourselves and the aware of the way our body reacts to things, the easier our intuition can actually be seen, be heard, be felt. So allowing yourselves to sit in a space for about 5 to 10 minutes will allow you to sit in that space of calm and being aware of, oh, I've got body aches, what's going on? So it's just little things like that. So you're more aware of who you are physically and energetically, the easier it is for you to be able to connect with your loved ones. So I feel like this talk is more about teaching yourselves or becoming aware of who you'd like to connect with and how would you like to connect with them, and allowing you to sit in a space of just being and feeling that first thought, that first it's like I want to say whatever you hear first, if it drops in, then you know it's spirit or intuition. If you allow yourselves to overthink or go or worry or fear, that's where our ego mind kicks in. So allowing ourselves to disconnect from the overthinking, really important. So, and I know, me personally, I've been doing this for quite a while and I still get in my head about things when I get it. I sort of, oh, is that what I'm supposed to hear? I'm not supposed to hear. So trust in what you receive. The other little tool I will give you today to connect with your loved ones is what we call automatic writing. Now, what you can do is literally sit down, take a deep breath, and just start writing. Just start writing, and then all of a sudden you'll start writing and you'll get to a point where you get to the end and you go, oh, that's not from me. It'll be from your higher self. It could be from your guides. It could be from your loved ones. So there's little practices that we can do just to take our awareness away from our conscious thought and bring it with our subconscious and our intuition and our inspirational thought. So I hope that makes sense for you all today. And I have got the beautiful Jane from Brantford in Ontario. Hi, Jane. How are you going?
Hi, how are you?
Good. You can hear me okay, my love?
I can. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, perfectly, perfectly. Now, Jane, how would you like me to work for you today? Would you like me to work with what's going on around you, which is psychically, or mediumshiply, which is connecting with loved ones?
Um, Mediumship would be good.
Yeah, cool, awesome. So let me just blend for a moment. Won't be a second. Oh, I know I've got a strong lady coming forward. Now, as I blend with this lady, you would understand that this lady that I have would be very, I want to say very determined, very purposeful. I know I can feel her strength. I know that she had strength right up until the end. I do feel that what she is allowing me to feel is that she went sooner than what she thought. Would that make sense to you?
Yes,
Thank you.
it would.
And would you also, thank you, would you also understand she's got a really good sense of humor right up until the end as well? Because I feel like she had a very dry sense of humor or really took things on the chin. She was just, it's like I would go very matter of fact and very down to earth.
Yes, I would understand that.
Thank you. And if I said to you that she just wants to get really emotionally happy to see you and run to you and give you a big hug, would that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you. Because it's like she's literally wanting to just run and hug you. Now, also, with this lady, I want to call her a lady. I know that you had a good, did you have a strong connection with this lady? Because I feel like the connection's really strong with you.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Would this be mum or an aunt? Because I feel like I want to go on my mum's level.
It would be my mom. Yeah.
Thank you. And it's like I want to say both of you were a little bit like chalk and she's explaining to me that you're a little bit like chalk and cheese, but you're still um real it's like you'd have really good debates or really good like does this make sense?
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Because it's like you would tell her to get out of her own head and she would tell you to get out of your own head and just have this beautiful sort of banter between you two. Now, also, as she's blending with me, she's just wanting you to sit down and take a breath. It's like you're running on adrenaline at the moment and you're not allowing, thank you. It's like she's coming through like a mom. You need to sit down and take a breath. So, does this make sense, Jane?
It does. It sounds like actually like my sister, who I was very, very
Okay.
close to.
Okay, cool. And if I said to you, if she would be, if this is your sister, would you understand that she would be like a mum to you sometimes as well?
Yes, she was like that. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I just hear, and if that's also the case, then I want to acknowledge that mum's with her as well, because I feel like they're both together. And she may have just said mum just to let you know that she's with her, if that makes sense. Now, with your sister, I do feel that she took a lot of things on the chin, like with her illness. I feel like there was an illness around her. Does that make sense?
It was very sudden. Yes.
Okay. Because I feel that with who she was, she took everything on the chin, or she took it like a soldier, like she was like little bits and pieces around her life. You would understand that she took it on the chin and she was very strong with things. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Thank
That's
you. She's just
exactly
said to
what she
me,
was like.
she wasn't a wallflower at all. She would definitely
No, she
take the
was
bull by the
not.
horns. Thank you. She was definitely not a wallflower at all.
Yes,
She's gorgeous,
yes.
Jane. I just, I feel like I want to go that there's an aspect here with her, Jane, that she wants to bring that laughter in. She wants to sit down, and it's really interesting. For some reason, she's playing Scrabble or she's talking about Scrabble or presenting Scrabble with me. Does that make sense?
I hope
Or it
not.
might be. No, that's all right. It's like I want to say it's the game, but what's really interesting is I want to pull back from that a little bit and go, is things at a bit of a scramble at the moment rather than scrabble? For some reason, I heard scrabble, but it might be scramble. So, are you scrambling to do a few things at the moment around the house?
Oh, yes, with work. Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Because it's like she's saying, this is the reason why is to sit down and take a breath. Because what's happening is you're, thank you. What she is showing me is that everything's in a scramble in your head and you just need to breathe. So I think that's what the message is for you, darling.
Thank you. That makes perfect sense to me.
Thank you. And Jane, the last thing, I've got a few minutes, which is great. The other thing that she wants to talk about, and I know this is quite interesting, for her to tell you to calm is like her sitting down in front of you and going, get out of your head, woman. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you. And
Yes,
did
it
she
does.
have 3 children or you're one of 3? Because I'm seeing 3 children.
She had 3 children, yes.
Okay, cool. She's also thanking you. Are you keeping tabs on them, especially her daughter or a daughter?
She had 3 daughters. I have
Okay, the
3
middle
kids
one.
with 1 daughter.
Okay. Okay, well, she wants to say you're keeping tabs on one of them, but can I just leave that with you? Because she wants to just let you know that she knows that you're keeping tabs on her children as well. So may I leave that with you, darling? I'm running out of time. But Jane, thank you so much. And please connect with me on my Facebook page. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with your sister. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, hon. Have a great day. And thank you, everyone. Have a great evening, I should say. And I will have a gorgeous summer, and I will chat to you all next week. Bye for now.